Welcome back and welcome new viewers. I am about to start on a very advanced sewing. It is a challenge and I will be sewing with my own drafted patterns as you see here. I have a lot of notes and you can see how I attached more. So it was a lengthy process. So this lace pace has gold lame, it has satin, and it has lace. So there's, in certain points, it has 3 layers. So I have the original lace pace, just the jacket. And I will be sewing the dress as well. So let me show you here. So the inside is lined. So it's one long piece. The back is very tricky. It is cut in the middle. So I made the pattern for that. It attaches on the side. And on the bottom. So this is very advanced. It will take me about 3 hours to do this. So if you want to go ahead and try this out, it is going to be difficult, but I'm showing you in slow motion, not slow motion, but slow, what the jacket looks like. So the back is open. There is the trim here of satin, and then there is a loose part where we have the little ruffle, and there we see the lining. So this is a very advanced piece. I'm going to tackle it. I have the pieces pre-made. I have this to show you. This is one lining. When I cut this, I cut 2 pieces. So here's the other one. So I'm going to go through the process to show you how I do this. And we're going to do the easier, even though this is pretty tricky as well. So let's put, oh, and I have, this is a German Francie Busy Hand. She was modeling the jacket in my glass case. So I took her out so that I can show you the jacket, and because I took her out, we are going to be using her as a model. My other ones are busy, and my cat is here, so she's going to be going back and forth as we can see here. So I just get a piece of leftover fabric. Hold on, there's a situation here with a chihuahua and my cat. Be nice, Leela. So let's see what the width is over here so that I can give you an idea. So I'm going to, okay, so this is 1 inch. So we're going to do this. And I'll cut it and tell you how much I have here. So I just go ahead and use what I have. Because this is 1 inch, I'm going to take as much as I can have here, and I'll give you the measurements. Let's throw this away. So the satin, it is a challenge in itself. So let me tell you how much I have. And you can see that this was not planned. So this is 5 inches. So that means 2.5. I am moving my, and let's see if it's the same as this one right here. Or if it's going to be like enough. It's just slightly shorter. Be nice, Vila. So my cat doesn't want to leave, so we're going to be having a little bit of the situation. And cat, go to the window, baby. She's going to the window over there. So I am tightening this because I moved it just right now. There. I'm satisfied with the how tight it is. And we're going to get started. We're going to start the dress because I have a feeling that most people won't want to do the jacket. So let's start with this. So this is what I do. So I fold it, leaving a little bit of room. And from what I have over here, and I'm holding it with my hand, I double fold this in. And it's going to be very interesting to see because you saw that I just cut it, and I cut it from what was available me to have. And you're going to be able to go back and rewind, and you can see this was not planned. I just used what was left, and I gave you the measurements. So if you want to try this, you can go ahead and do that. So there's machines that will do this for you automatically, but I just do it on just like this on the fly. And I try to get it as tight as possible because I want the width to be even from the start to the finish. All right, so first things first, let's see. Let's see if it is the same width, and it is. You can see it right there. And now I am going to cut this. And remember how it was slightly shorter? So there, I'm going to put these here in the back. So the dress pattern that I made is like this. And I will give you the measurements so that you can have an idea. And I do my own notes. I put over here that I said make it shorter. So, okay, so here we go. It's 6.5 across. And let me measure it because I just folded it. And it's 5 inches. It's 5 inches long, 6.5 across. I'm going to keep this here. And I have the design over here. This is where my lace goes. Exactly right here. And this is my lace. And I have over here 2.5, 2.25 for the pink, which is this piece right here. And that is going to be going over here. So I have the piece here. You can see how it's fraying on the side. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. And it's more than I need. You see that? It's more than I need right there. So if you look at the picture at my Ko-fi, or because I can't bring it here, I'm going live. So I'm going to be sewing the pink somewhere around here. And it's going to be like this. So I'm giving you like a little preset idea. So it's going to go like this. Then this is going to be here at the top. It's looking beautiful already. This can make a very beautiful pocket. And I have my bottom lace, and it also has gold metallic. And that's going to be going over here on the bottom. Okay, so this is one layer. And this is the other layer right here. Right here. So this is already pre-done, and I'm going to go through the process with you to sew this. So let's move this back, and this is why I have my notes here like that. So I'm going to be putting it to the side and get it ready. So First thing first is that I'm going to do the gold lame. This is not going to go in until later. So here is my pattern. So I need to be right there. So this is where the pink needs to start. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip this just so slightly right there. And you can see that that's where I'm going to begin. I want to keep this for the bottom because it's already folded. So I'm going to sew across over here. And it may be a little bit off from this one to the other one. And I always use the edge of my foot as my ruler. So here we go. We're just going to sew across. So this is very difficult. I have not sewn this, I would guess, in about a good 3 years. So I already sold one, that's already sold. And I'm going to do this other one to cross list this. And sewing it here on live stream so that you can see. And like I mentioned, this for me is going to take me around 3 hours. So it's going to be lengthy. So hopefully you can stick with me. And let's go over here so that we can see if it is even. So there, see? So that is my indicator that we are even here. And here we go on the second one. This right here was already on a fold. And when I'm done, I'm going to iron this, and it's going to be ironed on the very low setting. Because we have gold lame and we have a satin. So there we go. Let me put this aside and start with the dress. This is going to be fully lined. So we're going to line this up, but not before I put the straps in. So I'm going to move the straps kind of far away because it's going to, I'm going to sew in here. So it needs to be far away to where when I sew this, I am not going to be sewing onto. I'm having trouble here. There. So I'm giving myself plenty of room here. So be mindful of that when you are doing straps. And when you're going to be having a fully lined item, always know that to keep away from the little area. Where is my... I was looking for my... Here we go. I was looking for my thread ripper. So this is good for me to put it right here. Okay. Here's my other one. And I didn't notice, but I have the sewing in here. It really doesn't matter all that much. You're going to see the sewing on this side or that side. So it's not a killer. It's not a killer point for the dress because you're going to see it anyways. This is about 1/8 of an inch apart. See here. making sure that the straps are not twisted. That's what I was doing there right now. And my little pause, my moment. Yeah, it's even. I was just making sure. I'm being very careful because I'm tired, and when I'm tired, I do make mistakes. So here we go. This is one lining. And where is our little fabric? Right here. So this is, it's basically almost in the middle, right here. Let's bring this here as an example. Oh yeah, it's good. I'm looking at my dress, my pattern here. It's kind of high. This is kind of like on the hip. I could go either way. I think this is much better right here, according to my picture. Right in there. And that's going to be right there. So this is better right here. So I am going to sew this on. And I did not cut the little peepholes for this very reason. I'm just going to hold this here for now. And this is something that you see me pausing and looking, taking a second look, because I need to do that. This is such a delicate piece. I want to make sure that I have enough fabric on either side. And I am ready. I am ready to start sewing. And I was very careful to make sure that there are no bubbles, or I'm going to have any bubbles in here. So I am going to be sewing right underneath this right here. Okay, kind of gathered there. So this is something, the reason why it takes such a long time, it's for the very same reason, because of lame. My needle is fine, and it just did a little click in there. And I am pulling the strap. So I'm pulling it away. And I'm doing this very slowly because one, it's doing like little, it's almost like killing the lame fabric. It's almost like killing it. There, see? Every now and then it gets, what does it get? It just gets the lame the way it is made. And I am keeping this firm, and I am making sure that I am not sewing the strap. So I'm going to let this go. It is, because it is Francie and or Barbie, all right, I think I did gather. I think I did get some of the fabric. So I'm going to check that out right now. No, I did not. It just felt like it. So there is not that much movement. There's not that much room in here. And it is so easy to make an error. So I'm going to go back where I was. And again, I don't have room other than moving it. I'm poking it, I'm moving it away, the strap, because I need all this room here. All right, let's see here. Okay, so now I'm going to check this out again. And I did get it right there. So it's just so hard. And I could take the strap out here and join it later. So that is a way of doing it as well. And I think that's what I'm going to have to do. So there's two ways of doing it. One, like you just saw, and see right here. And the other way is of attaching it right before you close it at the top. So that is a step. And I think we're going to have to do it because it's really, really close. So I am going to undo the strap right here. And the reason why is because it was just slightly shorter, and that means that it's tighter. And when it's tighter, it's right on the area. So what I just did is I undid the strap, and I'm just going to sew. I'm going to sew, and I'm not going to have a care in the world because I'm going to keep this away, and I'm just going to follow this right here. And when I'm done, I'm going to put the strap right there. So, okay, so this is another way of doing it, which is easier. Okay, I did one, and I'm going to take this one out. And I'll show you how easier it is easier to do it this way. And I already had preset the material and where there's no bubbles. One of the fabrics has to have the little armholes. And it's so much better because for lame you don't want to be tugging and pulling. So now I'm going to go look at the bottom, make sure that it's not, kind of twisted. So I'm going to put it in there. We're going to do one at a time. I could have had my tweezers here, but right there. It is right in there. Okay, and I'm going to do the other one. making sure that I don't fold this over. Kind of doing it blindly. I could have taken this out, but I'm going to push it. I'm going to push it through. That's what I'm doing right now. And I can't show you because the camera is propped up. And so yeah, when I say that this is advanced, this is advanced right here. Okay, so let's go and finish sewing. I am pulling it through. One side, this side is already attached. I just took the ones in the middle and completing the lining. I am going to leave this there. I do have fray check, but I'll do it later because it's going to be, I'm going to fray check this after. I could have done this before, and I would recommend if you're going to be doing that, don't take my bad habits in that. Alright, so let's take a look. This was what that fuss was about. And we have it nicely lined. And we want to see the gold in the front. So there we have the dress and where I have this. So now that I have this, I'm going to put the lace in, and I'm making sure that I get all the corners nice and propped. Okay, so now is the fun part. Let me get my lace here. This is going to be for the bottom, and I am getting my top part of the lace. I don't have that much room here, and it just seems that I am just flapping or moving my stuff, and I want the flounce or this part to be here in the bottom. So now what I am going to do is making sure that I am in the middle. I'm taking a sip of water, so I'll be right back. And I'm moving my ruler away because I had it in my lap. So I'm going to be getting this here right in the middle, as you see. And gently press this down. And when I say press this down, this is what I'm doing. Right there. I thought I did this, but I didn't. because I'm standing up and I was sitting down. So right now I get to see everything. So this needs to be nice in here before I close it. Okay. So this is in here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to, having this there, I'm going to open it flat like this. And I'm going to do the sewing. I'm actually going to be hemming the bottom. So here we go. This is going to hem the bottom for us. Let go. Notice how I'm taking a little bit more room here. That's because I have the lame there, and I don't want to be right hugging the edge. So what do? I always go like this to make sure, and you can see that it's exactly where I need to be. Now I'm going to gently turn this inside out because I have 3 pins in there and I don't want to lose them. All right. And I didn't want to sew them, as I didn't want to sew it yet. And here we have the form of our dress. And that is the bottom. And I am going to press this. So this is how it looks. It's taking form. So you just got to see on live how this is done. And you can go ahead if you want to try this out. Use this technique. Go rewind and do it again. So I'm looking for the, it's so shiny, it's hard to tell which one's the front and which one's the back. So now I am going to, now let's do it this way so you can see what I'm doing. I'm kind of pressing it with my fingers. And that's all you need to do with lame and satin. So there we go. It's a semi little press, so it's not bumpy. And this is, yeah, that's this side. So I am setting my lace in here because I want a little bit of lace to be on the bottom. Being very gentle because even these pins can make a hole. So I am doing this again. I want to make sure that it's not crooked. So I am using this little, scallop to make sure that it's just the way on the other side. So I'm going to, I am putting this very gently. There we go. There we go. And that's the way it's going to look. Let's see it here. We have this little opening here. And here we go. I'm going to sew this on. Now the other side. now over here. And here too. So I am also sewing on the inside. So it's fully lined. Okay, so just sew the bottom, and I am going to sew it right over here at the top. And I am going to cut this out. This can stay like this because we're going to be wrapping it on her. So now I'm going to cut over here, which is no problem because this is lace. It's not going to go anywhere. And being careful not to cut into the material. I have no idea how long we've been doing this, so I'm going to look to see where we're at. I'm also looking at the scallop over here to make sure that it, flows like this one right here. Okay, there. Kind of camouflages there. So now I'm going to use a serger. This is what it looks like in the back. Very pretty, isn't it? So now I'm going to use a serger and serger this right here. So I'll be back in a second. You're going to be able to hear me working away. Okay. My thread is kind of... What is going on with my thread here? Alright, give me a minute. My thread is kind of tangled. Okay, there we go. Alright. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to sew this here so that kind of not puffy. Let's get our model, and what a difference. What a difference between this and almost the finished product. So let's take this out. This is going to be a future lace paste dress, and get some satisfaction and see it before Oops. I'm kind of trying to hold her here. There we go. See how sweet that is? I wanted it above the knee. And this is how much room I have in the back. So I'm looking at it also. I don't want to put too much work, but it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm not going to sew this. I don't want to see a seam here on this beautiful lace. So comes my kitty cat. All right, kitty cat, move, baby. So what I'm going to do now is align this and sew it. Usually I sew it around the hip. Where is my white thread? Oh my goodness. I always get nervous when I don't have my thread here because, okay, so there's one here. I had two. So I get nervous because I don't want my dog to be getting pricked by a needle. And like I mentioned, that's one of the things that happens, that I am lose sight of my thread, my needle and thread. Kitty can't move, baby. You gotta go. So okay, so I'll look for it later. I had two, so I just found one. So this is what it looks like. Gorgeous, isn't it? Look at the back, and it is even. See how it flows in the back? How this flows. So let's put it on Francie. Here. How long did that take us? It's my cat. She fell. I'm gonna have to get her out of here. So give me a second. I'm gonna get her out. You gotta go. Too much trouble. Go. All right, I'm picking up my stuff that she just rearranged in my room. So this is why, and the reason why I'm probably missing my thread. So let's get her dressed. Oops. Let's get her dressed. I am not going to put a pin in there because that's going to put a prick, an unnecessary prick. So there we can see her. And this is where I'm going to put the metal snap over here in the back. And it's just a gorgeous piece. So I'm going to put her up here. And now we're going to get ready to start on the jacket. I will show you one that I had pre-made. And this is the jacket over here. You can get to see the back, but this is not the proper way to do it. It was just one piece, and I would need to sew the other one over here. And since I have the lace over, I didn't sew it all the way because I wanted this to be like that. So not a good idea, and it's my very first attempt, and it's always been over here. But I wanted to show you that, how I started to piece it together. And again, not the proper way. So here are the pieces that I made. This is for the back. And this is the sleeve here. So first thing is I'm going to sew this together. Did I ever cut the... Oh no, I was going to cut it out of a different fabric. So let's do the cutting here. So this is the lining of the inside. So I am going to cut it from here. This one that I did not pre-cut yet. Sorry about that. It's I have the camera really close to where my hand is. I'm going to take a little bit more because it's fraying. It's fraying on the side. And that, again, that's one of the things or one of the problems when you're working with satin. Okay. So I am using my sharpest pins because I don't want to pull the material too. And I'm putting the pins where I'm already going to be sewing. I always cut a little bit over. This is where I need to cut, so I am putting this to the side like that and just going to cut this. So there we go. So I'm going to prepare the lining. And the best and easiest thing that I like to do and use is tulle. So I'm going to cut my tulle. So I just cut it. And I'm just going to sew it in there. Okay, now I'm going to do the other one. Okay, cut this out. Okay, this is almost like magic. Look at this. There we go. Look how beautiful that is. And I'm going to sew to keep it in place. And I'm going to leave the tulle in there. It's lightweight. and it's going to help with the fraying. Okay, let's do the other one. Okay, and here is our lining. So let's put this over to the side. And now start with the bad boys. So this is the back right here. And they kind of got lost here. Separated. So I'm trying to get to, here we go. They kind of got separated here. So here is my pattern. Okay, I need to put it where it needs to be. So this is the sleeve right here. Gosh, I just hope that this is enough. Let me see here. Alright, that's more than enough. See that? It seemed kind of short. And I did give myself all this room actually. All this right here and over here. So now, let me put it here. I need to put it because I need to know what I'm doing. Alright, there we go. This is the sleeve part, so I need to be mindful about that. And this is the back right here. Okay, this is the bottom part. So let's put that away. There I go again. Losing my pieces. Okay. Sew this together right here. Actually, I wonder if I made a mistake. I should have put my lace in there first. Yeah, I should have put the lace in there. So I'm going to use a little bit of tulle here. Because I am going to, this is going to be the lace and so what I'm doing here is protecting the sleeve. So this is going to be the sleeve right here, and that's what I'm doing. I'm protecting it from fraying in the future. Alright. So I'm going to cut it because I don't need this. So I'm going to sew the opposite. So it's going to be sewn over here. So I'm going to sew it this way, right here, so that I can get the sleeve work done. I'll be doing the same thing over here. So I am protecting the edge of the sleeve, and it's going to have a layer of lace. Okay, now that I have that, this is the back. Now I'm going to be adding my lace in here. Let's see, here's my bolt of lace, so I'm going to be trying to see, kind of design it to see if this fits. So I'm going to be playing a little bit of, because I want to have the bottom. I can also use, let's see here. Could also use this one. There are two different types of laces here. So I can also use this one. And let's see if that works out for me. Because I could do it like that. So right now I'm doing the designing. I think that would work. So that's how I'm going to do this. I think it's better to do it this way. To have the very pretty. And then just cover this part here. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So right now, it's as if I'm doing some patchwork. So I'm not going to sew it all the way because I might need to tuck the lace there. But I will cut it. And I need to be mindful to do the same for the other sleeve. So this is a lot of patchwork being done here, and it needs to be equal. So I need to put this on the other side. And I am being careful that I'm using the right side up. Okay. So yeah, this is a piece that I don't sell too often, just for the very same reason. Okay, there we go. So what I do for one side, I have to do to the other. This is going to work nice right here. And that's what I'm doing. I am making a fabric right here. So I'm going to go over and just sew this down. And massaging the thread and sew this other piece down. And we have a better idea and a better look this way. Okay, so I'm cutting my piece. There is one sleeve here, so now I'm going to do the same for the other side. And I want to match it. See here. Okay, there we go. It's better for me to do it this way. All right, so there we go. This one did better. So now I get to connect them. So this is the back. And let me show you this way because it's kind of hard with all the gold. So this is the back right here. And I gave myself plenty of room here. This is about 1/4 of an inch. So this is 1/2 an inch. So now we get to see. And we have this beautiful design here in the back. I want to make sure that all my pieces are sewn down. I need to sew this one here. Let me show you the original. See how you can see this very pretty? We get the same on this side. So that's the back. Now we get to do this part right here, which is this part. This is the side of the coat, and that's the back. So I'm going to be doing pretty much the same thing for this one. You know what? I need to give myself a little bit more because I just remembered, where is the, I just remembered that I gave my lining more room over here. So I'm going to cut me another piece and make sure that I have enough room. So let me do this really quick. So I'm getting my fabric here, getting it out, and I'm going to be doing that really quick. I just remembered. Where is it? Where is it? Right, this one. Where is my scissors? Here it is. So just give me 30 seconds to do this. Alright, so I made it a lot bigger. Here's my original pattern, and I made it much bigger right over here. So let's see if it's going to be enough. Look at that, see? Because it needs to be enough for both sides. So I'm going to be doing the same for this as I did the top, and I'm going to be using my bigger lace so that I can have more cover. And let's see here, right here, it's kind of loose here in the back, so gotta make sure that I do have enough over here. So let's see here, that's what I'm doing here. So when I sew this part, this has to be a little bit down. See here. And I think I could probably use a pen. Oh yeah, I can definitely use a smaller one. So that's what I'll do. And the reason why I started over here is because I'm going to be attaching, and this part, we don't need lace right there. Okay, so now it's time for me to adjust this one down, like so. So I like this one here. It's kind of pretty, so I'll go ahead and do that. And I'm going to start from here. Oops, I not supposed to sew it all the way to the end. So I'm gonna, all right, there we go. I need this part to be loose. I'm sewing this to keep it down. All right. There's a lot of patching and a lot of pieces. So this is the back. So now what I'm going to do now is start on the jack on the top. So I'm going to sew this here, and this is where the back goes. And what another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to sew up to a certain point and then hand stitch the connections. Oh, I think my grandson's here, so let me see here. Oh yeah, hold on, give me a second. I'm going to give them their dog. Oh, she's asleep. So I'm just going to be away for a minute. I'm going to make sure that the door's open. Come here, baby. Come here, Leela. Come here. Come here, sweetie. Oh, such a good girl. Come here. Oh, you're a good girl. You're taking a nice nap, huh? You're taking a nice nappy. Come on. They're here for you. They're here for you. I'm leaving and I'll be right back. Right here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm ready to continue. But I'm going to have me a drink of water. I'm going to have a drink of water to wet my whistle. So, that's as far as I'm going to go there. and as far as I'm going to go here. So it's taking form, and I'll go ahead and turn it inside out so I can show you. So you can see that it's taken form. So here is the part of the jacket. This is the top. And let's put it on Francie here. There's the back. It's taking form even though it may not look like it. And this is the neck. So now I'm going to be connecting the sides. But it's kind of look kind of pretty as a bolero actually. All that rigmarole, all that fuss. So now it's time to connect the bottom. So this is the middle point right here. Into this middle point. So it's really like a jigsaw. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. And there's the back. Now I have to connect the front. I have to connect this part. And there's my little this is the part where I haven't connected it yet. It's very hard to see, so I'm going to do one part. So that you can see it right there. See that? Taking form. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off right here. So that I can have all the room that I need. Oops, almost lost my scissors. Alright, so I've turned it back inside out, so I'm going to complete this part of the sewing right there. And with this, finish the connection right here. Oops, I just missed it. So yeah, when I said this is advanced, this is really advanced work. I will try to do this pattern on a solid pattern, a solid fabric, because there's a lot of, okay, so I just did the connection. And this is the part right here that I said I'm going to sew it by hand. Let me see if I can do it right now. Okay. So it's okay to leave it inside out because I do need to add the lining. So let me turn this inside out. I mean, turn it on the inside and finish sewing it to the end. All right, so this part that I did not finish right here. Well, might as well sew it again. Okay, that is the sleeve, and I'm going to connect this part here. Okay, look at that. So now I'm going to turn it inside out. Very gently. So I'm using both fingers. I have my finger here to push it out, and I have this one to help it. You hear that? My cat's dying. She wants to come back inside. Oh, she's pushing the door. I'm going to go because she might hate me. So here it is. One sleeve open. So let me go get this baby. Hi. Want to come inside? Want to come inside, baby? You're outside by yourself? So I'm going to turn this one on inside out too. I'm putting it on my lap just to speed this up because it has pressure. Okay, there we go. Look at that. It's taking form. And I am adjusting it over here in the back to make sure I do the clips in here. On these connections. And basically I'm doing it on the lace. I could easily go ahead and start putting the back And let's take a look at the original. That's what it looks like here. So the next thing to do is put the trim and another layer. Let me see here. So I put it on Francie to get an idea where I need to be as far as the lace. And I am going to, because this lace is going to be too big, this one, that's going to be way too big, so I'm going to use the other one. And get my trim ready as well. So that's the next and the last item to do. So I'm going to take this out. This is going to be the lace that I'm going to be using, so I need to separate it because it's a loop lace. So what I do is I take this out and I keep this for something else. So this is the actual lace that I have been using. And we're actually doing good as far as time. I estimated it's going to take 3 hours, but it's we're doing good. We might be over in about half an hour. So can we cut this out here? And a good thing too, because I am ready to eat. I am hungry. It's almost like I fast. I don't eat until later in the afternoon. I don't mean to, it's just the way it is with me. Okay, so I think the best thing right now is to put the lining. That's going to help me to decide. So let me see here. So this is the lining and this is my coat right here. So I am going to be pinning this together. This is going to really set the tone as far as where the next phase of the skirt needs to be, which is the trim and the lace. So I am putting it here like this. And I am opening the lace here in the back. I'm opening it like this so that it gives us the room that we need. This is the back. It actually fits perfectly. So this is the back right here. So I'm actually going to sew this down right now. There. So yeah, it's easier instead of pinning it down. And this is the opening. And there we go, yeah, so I'm going to put this in there too. I'm not going to double sew it just in case I need to take it apart. So that's why I'm kind of like jumping there. I think it's the best thing to do. Give me a second. Oh, I didn't do it. Actually, I lucked out because, like I mentioned, my daughter-in-law came early to pick up her son. So it's allowed me to complete it. I thought I was going to have to do it in 2 parts. I got to see if I need to sew more into this. Alright, that's good. Got to make sure that the lace is being used up. So there, that's what I wanted to see. And this is the front of the coat. I'm going to sew it up to here because I need to add the trim, the satin trim. Just want to be more specific here. Okay, let me give you a look of what this looks like now. And it is taking form. Got to do the corner clips right here. Do it right here from the pink so that you can have a better view. And then I'm going to go back and sew this. I just have a wide stitch right now since I'm in the discovery zone of how this looks, and it is taking form. I'm going to be doing this corner, and I keep my finger there to help the inside take form. And there we go. Here's the inside of the coat, just like the inside of this one. Here's the inside, and here's the beautiful side. I do need to press it down, of course. So it is taking shape. And now I need to work on the, there we go. I need to work on this right here. So this is going to be, let's see here. I need to move it a little bit tighter because this is a little bit bigger. Let me see if I have, oh yeah, I think I do. I have another Francie here. I have a bald Francie. Oops, it's about to fall. I'm going to put it over here. She's not going to be great to look at. Let me see if I can put this wig on her. Okay. I have this bald Francie here. So in order for it to be nice for you, I'm going to put this wig on her. She looks cute. There we go. Let's try this on her. I want to see how it looks with the lining. I think the lining is just a little bit too big. I need this. Well, actually it's not bad. It's not that bad. I could take a little bit more from the side here too. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjust it just a little bit. And that's why I have the loose stitch so that I can take it apart really easy. So what I'm going to do is take some from here and take some from this side too. Because it's kind of like going out. It's kind of, it was kind of too wide there. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller here. So that's giving me a little smaller area there. Okay, so I shaved it a little bit from the side. Hold on, give me a second here. People think they probably think that they're out in the wilderness just talking so loud. So, okay, let's see here. So this is much better here. A little bit tighter. So now it's time for me to attach the trim. And let me try this on Francie again. Oh, this is much nicer. Right here. See that? That looks very nice with the trim. So now that I know the way it looks like over here, now I'm going to use the width of the coat and give her the waist. So where are we? Here we go. So now first I'm going to do the bow because I have a very nice little pretty little end. So let me see here. Right now I'm doing the bows for the, let's see here. I want to make sure. Oh, it needs to be way smaller. All right, that's almost perfect. Smaller here. There we go. So this is going to determine the lace. And next thing to do, all right, there we go. Where's the jacket? There's a slight gather here, so I will continue that. that is my little skirt, and I'll go ahead and sew this by hand. So where is my wonderful little Alright, let me see here. It's just so moves so much. Alright, I want to be at this, just the ever little edge here. Let's see here. Alright, a moment of truth. And here we go. We get to see that little ribbon. Okay, let me see here. My battery's running low, so let me give it some juice. Oh, here it is. Alright, there we go. So, let me see here. So the length is just perfect. I just need to cut this out and sew it in. Or let me see if I could even... Let me see, I actually cut the little edging that you saw. Alright, let me see here. Actually perfect. So I'm going to sew this and finish this off. Alright, so there we go. Let me Okay, so that's one side. So let's do the other. And good thing I did the bow first. All I have to do is add it in there. so that we can have the finished look. Always exciting to see the finish. Oh no, I ran out of thread right at the end. So I have pink, so I'm gonna use pink. Let me use this pink one. We're just about done. Trying to get this out. There we go. All this work. This is a gem. So the next thing I need to do is sew on the little pearls. And let's see here, where does the little bow go? The bow goes on this side. Now let's get that done. Oops. There we go. Almost ready to see the finished product, except for the pearls. But I think we can use our imagination with the pearls. All right, so this is the back. Gotta clean up all of these little remnants. Press it, of course. It's kind of puffy. This is the inside, and I do need to add the pearls right over here like this. But let's get a look and see what it looks like on Francie. Let me see here. All right, so this is her dress right here, the bottom part. And I am going to give us more view. Let me see here. What happened? Oh, what did I do? Oh well, hopefully the lighting is good for you right now. So let's put this on her. She has this, let me see here, this arm here is a little bit stuck. And I'm going to be doing a short video. And there we go here. I always like to put the doll on my lap because it's easier for me, and I think this is so pretty. There we go. How about that? Just beautiful. So I want to thank you for being with me through this journey. Many of you probably thought this couldn't have been done. And here's the back. And it just came out perfect. So like I mentioned, I haven't done this in over 3 years. It's kind of like riding a bike. You don't never forget. Next thing is I'm going to be adding the pearls and do the short video. Please, I want to ask you to not forget to give me a thumbs up, a comment, and a share. Shares are helping my channel grow, and that's what I'm working on each moment of the day. And with that, I will say thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Very happy, and I will start with the other one, another one this weekend. Bye, everybody.